guys, welcome back. My name's Heather. This is the Lycan Project, where I'm going to document my reading and writing journey. Today I'm wanting to take you through 6 authors I would like to try and get to in the year of 2021. There are 6 on my list, so that's one every 2 months. So I will jump into it. There is a reappearance about 2 years ago on my channel. I made a list of authors I wanted to try and read. I went back and recently watched it. I'll link it in the cards somewhere if I can figure out how to do that. And of that list there were 10 and I haven't gone to 2. So the one that I still haven't got to that really intrigues me is Rinchipeko. Bone Witch trilogy on my shelves. This is the Bone Witch, which is a young adult dark fantasy about necromantic witches. The tagline for the first one is, "Let me be clear, I never intended to raise my brother." So it's really interesting. I'm also trying to read more diversely. This happens to be an author of colour, so I'm hoping to dive into either this or another book I have from her is The Never Tilting World, which is there is a world that's stuck spinning on its axis, so it doesn't spin. So half the world is frozen, half the world is quite hot and burny. And the tagline for this also intrigues me, which is a demoness is what they call a goddess that men cannot control. The audio book for the second in the series is out at my library, so I might also get to this. This is also young adult. Leads me on to another author of colour that I know about, which is Natasha Ngan, which is The Girls of Paper and Fire, which is a Southeast Asian inspired queer romance, which is each year 8 beautiful girls are chosen to be paper girls to serve the king. It's the highest honour they can hope for, and the most demeaning. This year there was a 9th girl. Instead of paper, she's made of fire. So basically there are demons, half demons and humans in this world, and it's a demon king. And then the 9th girl, which is made of fire, gets taken in to be the concubines along with the 8 paper girls. And I do have the second book in this, Girls of Storm and Shadow, so I can hopefully get to at least this one, if not onto others. Onto the second one. I do believe there's a 3rd book coming on this, so at least then I can be on track for that. Which leads me on to a queer story by Rory Power, which is Wilder Girls, and also which is her 2019 release, sorry. And then I also have Burn Our Bodies Down, which is her 2020 release. So Wilder Girls is, it's been 18 months since the Raxida School for Girls was put under quarantine since the tox hit and pulled Hetty's life out of control. Boarding school on an island, and there was this outbreak of a virus, and they shut down the school and basically quarantined everyone on it. And then it is a body horror as well, so it's a young adult horror. It's been likened to Lord of the Flies. Alright, and then this is a young adult thriller, I believe, which is There Can't Have Been Another of Me, I Would Have Known It, which a young girl basically goes back to her town where her mum was born and then uncovers a whole bunch of secrets. So I'm looking forward to starting either of these. And then that leads me to Lynette Noni, which we currently have, on our shelves, the Akane series, the Madonna Chronicles, which starts with the book Akane, which I don't currently have in my hands. But this is a portal fantasy. So a young girl falls through a portal and is taken to the magical world of Akane. So I'm quite interested in this. It is a 5-book series with a novella selection, so hopefully we'll get to that. Or we did We also have the Complete Whisper series, which is a duology which consists of whisper and weapon. I believe that this is a science fiction where Akane is obviously a portal fantasy. This one is about 2 years ago. A subject was locked away for an experimental government facility. She has not spoken a word. Begins to crack under the influence and discovers the truth of the mystery program. Discovering her own secret thing, desperate to save her friends and the rest of the world. Jane must first answer the question of ever believed, especially long-lasting memory held. Begins to surface the mysterious. Allies become enemies and enemies become allies, leaving her certain about one thing. One wrong move, one wrong word, and the world could change the world. Sorry, it is a dystopian, so a science fiction young adult series, also by Lynette Noni. And then I move on to Naomi Novik. This is her first book in her Scholarmance series, which is The Deadly Education, which is a adult fantasy of a magical school where there are no teachers and there are monsters roaming the halls trying to kill you. It has a very interesting first line, which is, I decided that Oren Lake needed to die after the second time he saved my life. I also do have the audiobook for Uprooted and Spinning Silver, which are adult fantasies. Uprooted follows a village that's surrounded by a forest, and every year a young girl is sacrificed to what they call a dragon, who actually just happens to be an old wizard in a tower to keep them safe from the village, keep them safe from the forest surrounding their village. And Spinning Silver, I believe, is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. So I've got 3 different Naomi Noviks currently in my shelves and audio book collection to select from. And then that leads me to probably one of the big hitters of fantasy, who had an amazing resurgence over the last couple of years, where her name's cropped up a lot again. That's Robin Hobb, and she is a adult epic fantasy writer. She has the Farseer trilogy, the Ship of Magic trilogy. So basically all her books take, from my knowledge, all her books take place in a world called the Elderling. I don't own any of those currently, but there are some gorgeous editions of the Farseer trilogy out, and given it is a big birthday this year, I was hoping I would be able to at least get 1 or 2 of them. So yeah, these are 6 of the authors. These are the 6 new authors I want to try and dive into and try in 2021. So I'd love to hear some of the new authors that are on your radar that you really want to get to this year. Leave them down in the comments. If you want to follow me on any other social medias, my links are down there. I'd like to thank you. Let's use our voices to promote positive change in the world. Thank you and goodbye.